When Freddie Mercury's name is mentioned, the same phrases are repeated. The greatest singer in history, the greatest performer on stage, the owner of a voice that will never be replicated. But are these judgments truly accurate, or are we dealing with a legend created by collective memory? Today, we won't talk about his life or his death. Instead, we'll place Freddie Mercury in the room of artistic evaluation. We'll assess his voice, his writing, his performance, his influence, his musical abilities, and even his weaknesses. And in the end, we'll arrive at a true artistic assessment. Who was Freddie as a musician? Not just as a singer, but as a complete musician. Many forget that Freddie was more than just a voice. He was a songwriter, a composer, a pianist, a choreographer, and a stage designer. With Queen, he was involved in building the song from the very first idea, and that's what made him different from most singers. Then we explained his studies in art, his interest in opera, the influence of classical music, his admiration for Jimi Hendrix, Led Zeppelin, the Beatles, Aretha Franklin, Lisa Minnelli. Evaluation musical, 10 out of 10. Voice evaluations. Here the real analysis begins. We discuss voice range, true voice type. Was it tenor or baritone? The scientific debate surrounding his voice. Then resonance power control. Variation between registers, vibration, falsetto, belting, breath control. Then we mention scientific studies, such as the Logos University study and others. Then we compare honestly with Whitney Houston, Prince Steve Perry, Robert Plant, Axl Rose strengths, energy, vocal identity, unique colour, expression, weaknesses. He sometimes lost precision in concerts. He sometimes shouted more than he sang. His later years saw a decline in power. Rating voice, 9.7 over 10. Stage performance. Here we talk about movement communication, charisma, audience, control live aid, Wembley, Montreal, Rio. Why is he considered the best performer by many critics? Then we compare with Michael Jackson, Prince James Brown, David Bowie. Is he the best or second only to Michael? A numerical analysis, evaluation, performance, 10 out of 10. Songwriting written, Bohemian Rhapsody, Somebody to Love, Don't Stop Me Now. Killer Queen Crazy Little Thing called Love Love of My Life. Then we analyse structure, lyrics, melody, innovation, audacity. Was he Queen's greatest songwriter or Brian May? Evaluation 9.8. Innovation. How did he break rock conventions? Introducing opera, harmony, vocal layers, theatricality, genre blending. Evaluation 10. Influence. Who did he influence? George Michael, Lady Gaga, Bruno Mars, Adam Lambert, Maker. The Weeknd, indirectly. Did he change music or just a successful singer? Evaluation 10. Technical weaknesses. This section makes the video professional. These include lack of attention to modern techniques, less improvisation compared to Prince, not playing multiple instruments, heavy reliance on Brian May in some performances, vocal instability on some tours, vocal strain, lack of successful solo productions. Chapter 8. Comparison with the greats, Michael Jackson, Prince, David Bowie, Elton, John, Robert Plant, Whitney Houston, Stevie Wonder. Each point is evaluated. Chapter 9. Was he the best of all time? We present different opinions. Why do some consider him number one? And why do others prefer names like Michael Jackson, Prince, Whitney, Stevie Wonder, Pavarotti? Then we arrive at a balanced conclusion. Final rating element score. Voice 9.7, lyrics 9.8, performance 10, innovation 10, musical 10, impact 10, consistency 9.3, live performances 10, artistic identity 10 overall. Score 9.85 over 10. People may disagree about who the greatest singer of all time is, but it's hard to disagree on one fact. Freddie Mercury wasn't just an exceptionally talented singer. He was an artist who redefined stage performance, making every concert an unforgettable experience. He wasn't perfect, and like any artist, he had weaknesses, but his innovation, impact, and extraordinary stage presence undoubtedly place him among the greatest artists in the history of modern music. So, the question is, if you were asked to choose the greatest stage performer in the history of music, would you choose Freddie Mercury, Michael Jackson, or Prince, and why?